Hey everybody, welcome to the 1804 show, chapter 2. I'm your host, Dollar Will, and this is episode 2. But yeah, I just wanted to say before I start this, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I made it to 400. I'm trying to get to 500.
What's up, bro?
What up? What up, G?
The same old. What's going on with you?
Hey man, nothing, bro.
Yeah,
Man,
peace to you. Peace to you.
and this
Appreciate
is
you for having me on, man.
man, bro. I'm happy, man, because this is a reunion right here.
Ain't it though? For sure. How you been living?
Man, bro, I'm living. I'm not surviving. So that's good. How about
Yeah.
yourself?
Same here, man. Same here. Always striving for the best. That's all we could do for real.
Oh, hell yeah, man, no doubt, bro. And again, man, it's just good to see you, man. Just people dropping like flies, man. So,
Man. Yeah, man.
and but yeah, man, I just wanted to again thank you for this opportunity because I just be trying to reach out to people that we went to school with, man, and just give them like a little insight because a lot of people don't be believing me about them Job Corps days. So it's nice to, get somebody who was there with me, and not
Yeah, man.
no
For
faces.
sure.
You know what I'm saying? No
Let's
faces.
let's talk about that real quick. Shout out to my
Oh,
boy Twine, because I remember you had Twine on here and he was
yeah.
talking about Job Corps. But Twine, what the hell was you talking about? Twine talk about some. Twine talk about some. It's like jail, nigga. It ain't no damn. That ain't no damn jail, nigga. You ain't been to jail if you think that's jail.
For real. Shoot, I don't even want to go, man, but I ain't trying to find
Never.
out either.
Yeah, me neither, man. But yeah, as far as Job Corps go, man, I think that it was trying times for a lot of us. I think it was a time period where a lot of us growing up at that time was trying to figure out which way we were trying to go. You know,
Yeah.
my experience there, because I've been there twice. So I was
Hmm.
there when I was 16, then I came back when I was 20, because I felt like the trade that I took was okay, but I felt like I could do something better than that. But I would say for me, man, and my experience, everybody's experience is different, but for me, I think that Job Corps is a good place for people who are trying to figure it out, you know, because there are good people in there. You know what I'm saying? There's great mentors in there that can kind of guide you in the direction that you want to go. Granted that the trades are limited, so you only got a few choices to really pick from, and you don't want to pick no bull crap because it ain't gonna do nothing for you.
Nah,
You know what I'm
hell
saying?
nah.
But I think it's an outlet for at-risk kids. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us at that time, we didn't know if we were going to finish high school. A lot of people wasn't really feeling high school and things like that. And it's a good program for uh, people just having that type of problem. Um, far as how far you will go, that depends on the person because everything was self-based. And it worked for some of us, and for some of us it didn't because for those people that it didn't work for, it just probably wasn't their time. You know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, man. And it was crazy because a lot of people like when they saw me, they was like, "Where the hell he came from?" and everything. So,
Hmm.
I'm from a small town in Michigan, but I went there because I was fresh out the homeless shelter, so I needed somewhere to sleep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I needed to go to something that was stable for a little second.
Right.
But I had the most fun there because a lot of
Hmm.
people who was from St. Louis, man, like they gave it like a bad rep and everything. But to me, I was so cool. I was safe. I ain't had no problems. You know
Do
what
what
I'm
you
saying?
got to do. That's the whole
Yeah.
thing about it is like we were, I think we were old. How old were you when you first came?
I was 22.
Okay, so you're a little older than me, so I was 20, I think 20 at the time, right? So a lot of those kids are 16, 15, 16, man, and that's wild. That's a wild age. So we talking about reckless and rebelliousness. But
Mm-hmm.
for us who were a little bit older and understood what the program can do for us, because we were trying to elevate our life from where we were to where we were trying to go, we understood what to do and how to do certain things, and for some of the young kids, man, I want to say some of them got it. Like I said, some of them got it, some of them didn't. God rest the dead for all the people that we lost there. Um, but I do know some guys who were, what I'm saying, young and crazy, wild, and they doing really good. I just ran into one of the young guys, he was cripping all that. Last time when I talked to him, he's like, yeah, man, I got a bar, I got a car wash, you know what I'm saying? And things like that. So, it's a place where your mind can elevate, what I'm saying, if you allow it. Because for me, it was fun for me too, man. It was fun for me. I met some real cool people from, different cities and stuff like that, man. Shout out to your city, shout out to Michigan, man. I know y'all up there doing y'all thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We is, man, and it's and it just was like one of those things that prepared me for life.
Right,
Because a lot of people just think that this life shit easy, and it's not. And it really determines whether if it's gonna make you or break you.
right,
And I'm grateful for that experience because it gave me just that sense of there's no going back to what it was. It's either you fight or you fall. And
hmm,
I made such a good turnaround in these last 10 years, bro. Like
yeah,
compared to where I was now,
yeah,
like my life back, man. I'm running my business. I'm single with no children, but I'm working. I'm still got my own crib, got my own
hmm,
everything. So compared to where I was and when I started, um, I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? Because I just
yeah.
always tell people like once you take advantage of the opportunities that is given to you, you can't blame nobody else but yourself if you don't take advantage of it.
Exactly. And that I think, man, I think that's like one of the keys to life is to, to progress. Um, in life, we constantly evolve. You know what I'm saying? You have
Hmm.
to. In order to grow and to have a fruitful life, you have to evolve from one situation to the next. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of you too, man. I want to give your flowers right now. I don't know how much people do, but I see you. I see you, man. And a lot of us see you. A lot of times people they watch but they don't speak, you know.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
I definitely see you and I know a lot of people seeing you too, man. And I'm appreciative of, like I said, the things that you are doing because it's just you're giving a light to young black men, you know what I'm saying, that feel you're giving a light to young black men that want to do things but don't know how to do it. You get what I mean? And to see you doing
Uh,
this, starting your own show and different things like that, some of the things that you talk about, man, you never know what people going through, but continue to do the things that you're doing because somebody is watching and it's going to change someone's life.
and thank you, man. I appreciate that, bro. And same here, man. I don't know if you trapping or whatever, but like whatever you
Nah, man,
doing,
I gotta, so,
whatever you doing.
I ain't using my tray right now. I got a cleaning service or whatever.
That's
That's where
what's
I'm
up.
at right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting over here just chilling. I sitting over here just chilling till I go to my next building or whatever. So me and my brother got a little cleaning service and stuff like that, man. If I wanted to trap, it wasn't no traponomics and Job Corps. I
Hey,
could have
man.
stayed in the streets for that.
Hey, for real. Like it's just so funny because um like back, going there and shit, it was
Yeah,
just like, it was like majority of people was capping, but it was some real ones up in there, but like the real ones and stuff, like it was just all love. We would like
yeah,
have our little dorm fights and everything like that,
uh
but at the end of the day, it was just like the real ones, man, were just,
huh,
always coming to me, asking me like, man, how was high school, man? I didn't finish school. I didn't get the chance to go to the prom. I didn't get a chance to graduate, but I did
right,
all that type of stuff. So it just gave me like a different perspective because I always thought like I had it hard, but I
right,
didn't,
hmm,
and it just gives you a whole new different perspective and just how people grew up and their upbringings, their origins and stuff. And that's what I wanted to discuss because you wasn't no bad dude, you know what I'm saying? So
uh huh,
that's why I was just because we was both like on a mission and
Right.
everything. So
Exactly.
so I just always wanted to ask you, man, um, like what lands you there in the first place, if you don't mind me asking.
Okay. So for me, man, um, I was having a hard time in school. I I didn't want to. Give me 1 second. Something going crazy with my phone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So for me, I was having a hard time in school, man. I didn't want to. I didn't want to get up and go to school.
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing for me. And honestly, my cousins went first, and they kind of drove me that way. You know, I knew that if I stayed in high school, that I wasn't going to finish. I wasn't going to come out on time or anything like that. Like I wasn't a slow kid. I just stayed up all night, stayed out all night, and slept all slept all through the day and things like that. So that's what drove me to Job Corps. And then, like when my cousins that got there, they was talking all this shit like, oh yeah, man, it's hella fun. There's all hoes up in here, man. They got what I'm saying? That's you like, what? Man, they stay on campus and they having conversations about the females and stuff like that. So I'm like, man, let me go up in here and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I end up going to Job Corps. This is the first time for me. So this is before I met you all. So I was 16
Uh-huh.
at the time. I ended up going to Job Corps, man, and it was a cool experience. Like you said, I've never had that disobedient bone in my body where I just want to test the system. I'm kind
Mm-hmm.
of guy that like to fly under the radar, get cool with people so I can work it the way I want to work it. You know what I mean? So once you develop, I've always learned to develop relationships with people. And once you develop the relationships with people, then you can kind of twist the knob the way you want to because people know you as a person. There's just like with Miss Horton and things like that, how a lot of people used to have problems with her. I never had problems with her because, you know, most of the time when Miss Horton got on your ass, it was because you was doing something wrong, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And when she caught me doing stuff wrong, and the first time I was there, I just be like, I took it on the shoulders, like, yeah, you got me. And most of the time, she'd just let me go, because she be like, man, you not a bad kid, you not this, you not that. So just going back to class, I ain't going. And so, far as Job Corps, man, that's what really just led me there in the beginning, just not feeling like I was going to finish high school because I was missing too many days, and you know, the clout.
Man, that cloud, man, dangerous sometimes, man,
Yeah, and
and
you
it
right
happened to
about that.
me.
You right
Mm-hmm.
about what you said. Job Corps did have a bad rep. Job Corps had a rep for dropouts, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing. You'll drop out if you go to Job Corps. All Job Corps is all the bad kids, it's all the dummies and all that. And it's nothing like that, man. Job Corps to me, for the first experience, felt like mini college because we stayed on dorm with, what I'm saying? We stayed on campus, we stayed on dorm. It was kind of independent living to an extent. So you
Mm-hmm.
had to, what I'm saying, make sure that you wash your own clothes, make sure that you had your own food and different things like that. So
Yeah.
it definitely had a bad rep, man. But once I got in there and actually was able to see how it was, operating, it wasn't what a lot of people was telling me it was.
Yeah, man. It was just like from my personal experience, I would say it was hard staying with seven other people, but compared to where I was, like it made me more humble because
Yeah.
I was never really able to have like a huge family like that. So it allowed me to get to know our roommates and stuff, and
Hmm.
we really all bonded, even the ones who didn't wash their ass like that or they want to clean up or pick up after themselves.
Yeah.
but but it was a family, we all was cool, man, and I was really
58
like
niggas on the dorm. Was like
yeah,
50, 58 niggas on the dorm, man. You got to know
man,
every single person.
hell yeah. And I just was like, damn, like, coming, fresh out of dropping out of college and stuff like that. because I was really lost, and I was really scared because when I first got there, I came from a plane and didn't know St. Louis, didn't know anybody there, didn't have no family.
Yeah.
So I was really, taking a leap of faith, but I knew that God sent me here for a
Right.
reason. And a lot of people avoid taking those risks. A lot of people from my city never left. So
Mhm.
for me to come down there, I was just like, I don't know what the fuck I just did, but whatever I'm here for, I'm going to embrace it. I'm going to enjoy it until
Right.
I get the lesson. So, for you and everything like that, what was it hard after you finished? Because you've been there like twice, but was it like
Hmm.
hard to like adjust to like the real world after that? Did they really help you? Because they really didn't help me with shit. So I did. I went
Yeah.
back to doing. I went back to doing like my old. Well, I tried to go back to do my old bad habits and everything, but it just didn't work because I just had that opportunity and I just didn't want to like mess it up. I didn't want it to waste my gifts and
Exactly.
break
I
my
feel you.
promises.
Right.
And a lot of people really don't understand that is that it's not bad people. I just think that people just love to make bad choices sometimes because they see bad and they
Hmm.
feel like that's the only way to be accepted and be cool. But I wanted more for myself, man, and I wanted to, show everybody that. Because remember, I got hurt. Remember that? I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember that, but motherfuckers was like clowning me, man. Motherfuckers was laughing because. But I tell you though, like when I woke up in the hospital, bro, like I thought I died.
Mm.
I thought I died, and I wake up. It was my birthday when I woke up.
Mm.
And I turned 23 years old, man, and I came back there with a neck brace. People was laughing. People was gonna jump me, all types of shit. But then, there was some people like, man, we ain't gonna let nothing happen to you, man. Like
Yeah.
it ain't funny. You a cool dude. So
Right.
those 6 months coming back home, um, it was really hard because I felt like I failed.
Okay. So first
And
of all, man, anybody in the neck brace is funny to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just to see people in the neck brace trying to walk and move and shit, like you call their name, they gotta turn their whole body. Like that shit is just hilarious to me. Every time I see somebody in neck brace, God forbid, but it's just every time I see him, I can't help but to laugh. Like they got a fucking neck brace on. What the hell did you do to fuck your neck up? You know what I'm saying? But
oh my
um,
God, man, it was
it,
it was crazy.
man. So for me, it wasn't hard to adjust because, like you said, I was on a mission from the jump. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I was young, man, um, we are trained a certain way by how we live, So a lot of us see it's a repeated cycle, go to school, get a job, get on your own. That's,
Hmm.
that's the three things that seem to be very important to us in the hood like that, So I was going to school. I finished school, and I said, it's time to get a job. So for me, it didn't take me that long. I completed the first time. I went and got a job. I was working at Home Depot. I worked there for a good little while. It was a fun little time. And in that time frame, I was learning so much about the product, drywall. You know what I'm saying? Plywood and pressure treated lumber, all this different type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning about it. And I just told myself, man, you know what? They had carpentry at Job Corps. I should go back and do that because this is something that I feel that I like to do. So that
Hmm.
so the adjustment wasn't hard. So for the second time, the adjustment still wasn't hard, but I never got to the union. You know what I'm saying? Because it was the stipulations. And then that time, bro, me, I was talking to old girl and stuff like that when I was in Job Corps, man. Like I fell into a state of depression. My 20s was very hard. I didn't really come out of depression until late 29, almost 30. And that's when I came out of depression. So uh, the adjustment the second time was harder for me because I was dealing with depression. I was getting like side jobs and stuff like that to do drywall in basements, and my trade instructor, he was actually trying to help me, telling me to go call these people, call this, but my mental wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
If you don't have mental focus, then you're not going to get anything accomplished. You know what I'm saying? You have to, as a person, as humans, we have to erase things that are making us feel emotional. Definitely as men, because we're not supposed to be as emotional, you know. So
Right.
we have to
Right.
erase these things in order for us to get back focused. And I tell you, bro, for 8 years, I battled depression. I didn't know who I was, who I wanted to be. I didn't know if I was worth it. I kept comparing myself to people, how their lives turned out, like guys I grew up with, how they were excelling and how I was digressing at the time. I went through, I'm talking about the worst, you know, and the worst for me because I know it's a lot of people that go through a lot worse of things. But I went
Yeah.
through the worst. I went through the worst for myself that I've ever experienced. So the second time, man, as far as adjusting back, I want to say I knew what to do, but I couldn't get it accomplished because I didn't love myself. And I had to learn how to love myself first. Once I learned to love myself, bro, and I started educating myself, I always been a guy who always looked to, learn things because he was a my uncle was a salesman, and all he did was play on people's mind. you know, he was the type of guy. He's the type of guy that is like give you an odd job and tell you like I'll pay you $7 an hour, and you'll be like, oh shit, $7 an hour. That sound, at the time it sound good, but when you realize you just broke your damn back for an hour and only got $7, you realize like, hold the fuck up, you know. So he taught me how to use my mind. He taught me to before you make decisions, make sure that you go through all the details thoroughly before you make any other decision or whatever. So I've never been a guy that went so far, but I was dealing with that internal thing, you know what I'm saying? That was actually holding me back. So yeah, first time, like I said, it was an easy adjustment. The second time, it was a little harder because I was battling depression. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Whew. Yeah, because I can relate. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with
Yeah,
that for 7 years, bro.
yeah.
Because people don't understand how hard it is to live your life without the people that you grew up with. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like the last one left out the males of my family.
Mm.
So I got my mother, I have my sister, I have my nieces,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a nephew. You know what I'm saying? But it's just out the man. I'm by myself, so it's like I gotta take care of everything. I'm responsible for any and everything. So I didn't
Uh-huh.
think I was ready for that, because I'm the baby. You know what I'm saying? So when it came down to problems and issues and dilemmas and shit, like I just could just sit back and just watch my older siblings and stuff. So it's just with me and everything, it just was a hard getting used to, and I didn't think I could, step up to the plate, and that really scared me, and they really don't understand that. A lot of people don't really understand because a lot of people have their original families and stuff like that, but it just when it comes to depression, I just
Mm-hmm.
try to explain to people like there's no exception. Any and everybody can get it, and not everybody snap out of that or get help or
Yeah.
overcome it. And I was
Yeah.
able to overcome mine. Like I'm pretty much been like a year and some change free from it
Mm-hmm.
because I'm doing stuff productive. And I just tell
Exactly.
people like you just have to find like a particular outlet or just be around positive people because we
Mm-hmm.
know people who's ain't good for us. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? They show you that every day. You
Right.
know who's real and who's phony. So it's just people would rather be with the phony crowd because they don't know who they are. They don't know
Right.
their worth. And
Let
self.
me ask you. Let
Okay.
me ask you a question.
Hmm.
So, did you grow up with your father? Was your father around?
No.
Okay, so like
Nah.
same here. So I'm not the baby, but I'm the oldest boy, right?
Yeah.
I have a love-hate relationship with my father. I know who he is, but I have a love-hate relationship with my father because I tell him, nigga, I never needed you for money. I needed you to teach me how to be a man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As a man, our job as a father is to teach our sons discipline and structure.
You know what I'm saying? He never taught me how to deal with my emotions. I had to learn that on my own. Not only learning it on my own by reading books. You know, I read Robert Greene's Laws of Human Nature, and that taught me how to deal with my emotions. You know what I mean? He never taught me how to be a man. It was nice that I cried because I was going through things that I felt like I shouldn't have had to go through if my father was here to teach me that. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you being the youngest and having to be the man and step up and doing the things that you've done, man, that's a salute to you. You understand? That's a salute to you because that's us learning how to be men on our own. You know, learning how to be men on our own. And it's a lot. I have regret in my life that I wish my father was there to teach me better. You know, my mother had to teach me. And one thing about that is when we leave our sons to be raised by their mothers, they become as emotional or overly emotional as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you see men who put their hands on women and kill them. You know what I'm saying? Who want to kill the woman because she hurt his motherfucking chest. She hurt his feelings. Now he want to kill her. Most of the
Mm-hmm.
time, that's because he's raised by his mother and he does not know how to control his emotions. You know, and it's some people can say, "Oh yeah, my daddy was there, but his father was there, but he still do that." It's a difference between being there and being active. You know, some guys don't will be there and not really have that one-on-one time with their son. They just there. You know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that's not being a father. You know, we have to understand that young men need their fathers, bro. You
Yeah.
know, I don't think I would have dealt with that much depression if my father was there. You know, if he was there to teach me how to handle my emotions instead of lashing out, instead of getting so deep into my feelings, I wouldn't have dealt with depression for 8 years. And that's my love hate relationship with my father. I love you because you created me, but other than that, you didn't do anything for me. You know,
Right.
I don't, man. If I can go back in time, bro, I don't need $1 for no prom, no nothing, no none of that. What I need you is to teach me the knowledge of being a man. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, man. So like I said,
Cool.
another salute to you, bro, because you did that without a father figure. You know, and if you got nephews and things like that, you are going to be the person that they look up to. And I promise you, the kids are always watching. They're always watching, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Always. You know, I had a girl I used to talk to, you know, and she had a son. So it was I'm gonna say it was my job, but he used to see the things I did for her, and he would always try to do them with me. You know what I'm saying? Like she'd come in the house. I know she work all day. You know what I'm saying? I'd be over her house or whatever. She'd
Mm-hmm.
been to work all day. I know she up on her feet, so I, get the lotion rubber, stinking ass feet. She been on her feet all damn day. Even though, but this your lady. You know what I'm saying? And I used
Yeah.
to see Junior. Junior used to always come over there and be like, "I want to do it. I want to do it." You know what I'm saying? So my actions was a lesson for him that he was taken in as a young man because he was around me and he saw the way I treated his mother. He wanted to do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it is important for our fathers, and I think for me, man, battling my depression was because I didn't have my father in my life.
And it's and it and it's crazy that you say that because like my father was there because my biological father he came back when I was 25,
Uh,
but he was not active. He was there, but he didn't teach me anything. All he did was make excuses. And to everybody who's watching, I'm not disrespecting him. You know, I honor my father because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here. But at the end of
mm-hmm,
the day, it just there's no manual on this man stuff. It's
mm-hmm,
like um, a lot of females just expect us to be Mr. Fix It, to come with like this huge broadband or bandwidth of being a man and this and that. Like I had to learn just from experiences, just pretty much being on the street and just being around people and just having like OGs talk to me
yeah,
and stuff like that and giving me the encouragement because it's like people don't see your potential like that.
right.
So a lot of people was just like, hey man, this kid got a good head on his shoulders and stuff like that. Let me take you under my wing and show you what I can show you. And I'm
Right.
not trying to like run your life and anything like that, but whatever I can teach you, you know what I'm saying, you can take with you forever. So it's like a lot of things that I met um from men along the way, I apply
Right.
it to my everyday life now just by, being there for my niece, man, because she ran away like a month ago, and that terrified me and just really made me upset that nobody didn't want to tell me about it because they felt like I was going to be upset. Like, no, I wasn't going to be upset. I was going to hold you accountable. Like, man, what the hell is you doing? Like,
Yeah.
nobody is running away from this house anymore. And I
Hmm.
had to go tell my niece that, look, I understand, like, you're going through something, but hey, like, you won the first one.
Hmm.
Just imagine all the shit I went through that I had and you didn't see me crying this and I had to be strong for you. But I just had to explain to her, like, look, you 15, you almost 18. And after
Hmm.
you turn 18, you're gonna be grown forever. You ain't gonna be a kid after you turn 18. Enjoy it while you still can.
Right.
Slow down.
Little things like
Appreciate,
that.
yeah.
Right.
Because
Little
I wish
things like
somebody
that.
told me that.
Yeah, little things like that though. And I like one thing you said is about, everybody we got to start holding ourselves accountable. I think that there's no age limit where you have to decide to start holding people accountable. Because if you start young, by the time they're a certain age, it'll be in full force. So, you won't really have these problems because, I've been through this, different things like that. We got to start holding each other accountable because it's a lot of things that's going on out here in today's world that people feel that are okay because no
Hmm.
one has ever held them accountable for it. You know what I'm saying? And we have to hold each other and ourselves accountable for everything. That's one thing about me, bro. I hold my nobody, anything that ever happened to me in my life is my fault. If I was with a female and she cheating on me, it's still my fault. Cause to me, I say, how did I get here? You know what I'm saying? What
Hmm.
actions did I take to get myself here? You have to hold yourself accountable and stop blaming other people for things that happen to you or things that happen around you. Because sometimes it's be like, it's just like going to the club and it shouldn't happen. You shouldn't have had your ass there to begin with. You know what I'm saying? You don't follow your first line and
Facts.
different things like that. We have to
Hmm.
hold ourselves accountable at, in every situation, and we have to hold other people accountable too. That's one thing about me, man. I hold all my friends accountable. Every
Hmm.
time they call and talk to me, man, they tell me about situations. I'm not the type. I understand when you need to be soothed and you just want to vent. But once you get it out off your chest, then I have to tell you the real. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Sometimes I don't have the perfect delivery because I'm very aggressive. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to my people, because I always try to tell them that you got to understand that put yourself first. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're taken care of first. A lot of times we take care of other people and we're not taking care of ourselves. How can I take care of you if I can't take care of me? So I have to make
Right.
sure that I hold them accountable and I like them to hold me accountable, because if we're not holding each other accountable, we're not growing. And then we do things we feel like without consequence. There's a consequence to everything that you do, every single thing that you do. You know what I'm saying? And your niece have to understand that too. Just like when that was good that you had that conversation with her, but there's a consequence to everything that you do. And sometimes they can be very fucking heinous. You ran away. You could have been sex trafficked. You could have been took into sex trafficking. You could have been
Hmm.
raped. You could have been killed. You know,
Yeah.
you're thinking small. You have to think on a broader spectrum, because 97% of people out here don't give a fuck about you. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? 97% of people don't give a fuck about you. They always looking for what they can gain from you. So the best thing to do to find out who is that 3%, make sure that you take care of you first. If you take care of you first, you're not subjective to the bullshit that other people bring to you. You know what I mean? You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, I'm steady giving you the praise, man. What you did was right, bro. You know what I'm saying? What you did
Yeah.
was right. But we also got to give them the hard truth too, man.
Hmm.
Because
Oh,
when we
no doubt.
pamper these, we black, bro. We black. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? We ain't got it like white folks. You know what I'm saying? One thing I always tell people is, something with me growing up is I was afraid to fail. Why? because everything around me was failure. I grew up in the hood, the slums. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Everybody around me was a failure. My mother didn't have a job. You know what I'm saying? My father wasn't around. You know, everybody I seen outside was a drug addict, a dope fiend, or a young nigga that just didn't have shit. You know, so I was afraid to fail because I didn't want to be like them. White kids, a lot of them don't have that because dad's a doctor, mom's a lawyer, uncle, he owned his own business, grandpa, he's a Fortune 500 CEO. They see so much success that is embedded in them that they don't think about hesitating to get somewhere because they don't know what failure is. You know, everybody around them is a success. They don't think about failure. We do because I look at it like when I was younger, man, I used to be like, man, I hope this don't fuck up for me because I'm afraid to be homeless. You know what I'm saying? Man, I hope
Yeah.
I don't fuck up because I don't want to be a bum. You know what I'm saying? Because this is everything that we see, you know? So we have to, not only that, we have to change the surroundings around us for our children in order for them to see different things in order for them to grow. You know what I mean? So keep that also in mind too, though, man. But like I said, you're doing an awesome job, man, by being active. Because one thing about fathers, they think that just because you being there and doing this, that don't make you an active father, bro. You got to teach that young man. You know what I mean? You got to
Yeah.
teach that young man.
Absolutely, man. And I like what you said because it's this thing. Like a lot of people have this misconception. Like Pac said it best. He said like that by the age of 30, like they take the heart and soul out of a black man. Like it
Mm-hmm.
makes them not want to fight anymore. And as much as I get older, you don't see really like 30, 40-year-old black men that's just, like in front of the battlefield. And whether people know it or not, we at war every
We
day.
at war.
You know what I'm
What day they
saying?
say? What day they say? I die for this shit too.
Yeah, bro. And I just try to like give people just that thought because just because you don't see the war doesn't mean it isn't happening. Doesn't mean that people isn't falling out. And I just try to like encourage people to go after what they want to do. And
Yeah.
the real American dream is building something from scratch and then balling and just watching it, you know what I'm saying, coming to fruition. Not
Yeah,
depending on no damn 401k that you ain't gonna touch. You know what I'm
man.
saying? You're gonna die before you get all your money. So why touch that 401, why not touch that 401k now when you
Mm-hmm.
young and when you able to enjoy it? So that's what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't do the hate. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If anything, I'm elevating. I'm elevating through my words, through my work ethic, through my
Uh-huh.
passion, through everything. Cause I'm just trying to show people the blueprint. Cause they didn't believe in me, bro. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like they criticized me, bro. And
Well,
I
yeah,
told
but look,
everybody,
you don't need that. You don't need
facts.
that. You know what you are, man. You know what
Yeah,
you are. You a king, bro. You don't need
yeah,
nobody to tell. We don't need validation. I don't need you to validate what I'm doing. I'm doing what I'm doing because this is who I am as a person. So you don't need no validation from nobody to do what you do, man. What you doing is upper echelon. You get what I mean? You feel me? The knowledge that you giving, that's generational wealth, my nigga. That's
facts,
generational wealth. Knowledge is
facts.
generational wealth, not money. Because I can make $1 million right now, give it to my son, and he can blow that motherfucker in the Medellin somewhere. You know what I'm saying? On coke. Now it's over
No,
with. But if I can give him the knowledge, he gonna have money forever. You know, he'll have money forever if I can give him the knowledge. But handing him $1 million with no knowledge, man, you know.
man.
And what you're doing on this platform, that's what you're doing, bro. You're giving people knowledge. I see the shows that you have and the topics that you talk about, man. You giving people the knowledge, bro. You know, and like you said about us being is a war. We have to understand that too.
Hmm.
I'm willing to die for my family, you know? I'm willing
Yeah,
to die for my family. And I'm talking about physically die for my nieces and my nephews because they are the next generation. You know, I've lived
yeah,
more life than they have. The thing with people nowadays is they only care about things when it comes to their own doorstep. My nigga, it's in your city. It's in
yeah.
your city, which means that eventually it can come to your doorstep. You know,
Hmm.
I think that the end of us having this individuality thing far as black people, as if, oh man, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't think like that. You know, if you hurting, bro, I'm hurting. You get what I mean? And if I can help you, I'm going to help you. Like I said before, 97% of people don't give a fuck about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we talking about a person, like you said, you were homeless. You know what I'm saying? It's people that looked at that situation and said, shit, that's on him. You know what I'm saying? But they had full basements where you could have slept at and got your shit together, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't have hurt them, would not have hurt them for you to come and stay with them. But their own selfish intuition said that that's your problem. You know? I tell my friends, stop comparing yourself to the next person. You know? I'm not a big Bible, you know what I'm saying, bumping person, you feel me? But I'm on my TD Jake shit right now, you know what I'm saying? No, matter of fact, I'm on my Kurt Franklin shit because I'm gonna talk some shit with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what I mean is, when I tell, stop comparing people to you. You know, God have angels for a reason. You get what I mean? I don't think people gonna think like me. You may not be as strong as me. Not saying you personally, but this man may not be as strong as me. So I'm not going to tailor-made my situation to his to say, well, you should do this because if that was me, I'll do that. That man probably ain't got the same type of mind and wisdom that I got. You feel me? Wisdom ain't something that you learn. Either you got it or you don't. I know kids that's 12 years old that got more wisdom than a 40, 50-year-old man. So experience don't give you wisdom. Some of us got it, some of us don't. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if my brother's in trouble, I'm going to help him. You know what I'm saying? If I got the means to help you without hurting myself, I'm going to help you. You feel me? I'm going to help you get to the next position in life, because my whole thing is I want to see everybody eat. What do you say? Everybody eats. You know what I'm saying? I want to see everybody eat. I want to see everybody win. I'm not in no competition with nobody. I praise the next man and all that. And that's what we have to be for each other. And I think that's the problem. And that's why we losing the war, bro. That's why we losing the war, because everybody is looking at it as an individual thing, man. When them people went to North Carolina with them damn tiki torches and shit like that, that was unity. When they went and fucked up the White House like that, that was unity.
Yeah.
Only time we get unity is when we go into a dirt concert. Only time we get unity, man, is when they trying to have Freaknik or something like that. Mm-hmm. That's when we got unity. What the hell? Hold on. Give me a second.
All right.
Who is this? Y'all straight? Yeah, I'm watching out. Gotta watch out real quick. Some little dudes at my door.
Oh, shoot, it's all good, man.
Yeah, just making sure my car sitting out front, so I gotta make sure.
Yeah. Going back to unity. King Solomon from the Bible, bro. One of the richest kings of all time.
Yeah.
700 wives, but he asked God for wisdom.
Exactly.
And I tell people, so y'all can have that ignorance. I'm gonna get that wisdom by any means necessary.
Exactly, man.
That wisdom gonna last forever.
Man, but I learned that over my time, bro. Like, I'm 31 years old, man, and I'm a real student of life, mm-hmm. bro. You know, I tend not to try to judge people right off the flip, unless you're doing some J. You know how I talk on Facebook. I just be talking shit. You know what I'm saying? I tend not to judge people right off the flip. I try to see why you're doing what you're doing, because mm-hmm. sometimes it's deeper rooted than what the person is actually seeing on the outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, man, like, as far as the unity thing go, bro, we have to understand. I mean, not unity, the wisdom part. That's mm-hmm. when I realized that some of us have it and some of us just don't, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, can you obtain it? Yes. God gave everybody ability. Mm-hmm. That's the greatest gift that God can give anybody, ability. If you want to change your life from here to wherever you're trying to go, only thing you have to do is take that first step. You know, God gave mm-hmm. us all of that. So can you obtain wisdom? Yes. But do I feel like experience give us wisdom? No. Because some people go through certain experiences and they come out with a totally fucked up attitude. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be like, my nigga, how the fuck do you think that from that? Them people just fucked you up over there, and you think that? You know what I'm saying? You ain't learned shit from that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But some of us, like me and you, we can look at the situation and grow from it. Everybody don't grow from every situation, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it all comes back to knowing yourself, you know? Knowing yourself and taking accountability at the same time, you know what I'm saying? In order to grow from certain things. Because if I don't take my part in whatever happened, then I'm looking at it as, if I don't take my part from what happened, then the situation just becomes as, oh, this just happened and it can happen again. You know what I'm saying? So if me and you get into it and I was wrong, but I don't see myself as wrong, then you may get into it again. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So taking my accountability and realizing that, damn, wait a minute, what did I do to cause Will to come at me like that? You know, or what did I do? You know, sometimes in rare occasions, you probably ain't do shit, you know, but in some occasions you did something.
Yeah.
And you have to understand what you did in that situation in order to grow, you know, and that's all that has to do with wisdom, man.
All the time, man. And I just look at every human being like you about to bake a cake, and
Yeah.
you know, like you need particular ingredients for the cake to come out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you try to use water, or if you try to like use cornmeal instead of flour, knowing
Yeah.
that type of shit ain't gonna taste good, but you be like, fuck, ain't nobody gonna notice. People will be like, man, what the fuck you use this fucking cornmeal, not no motherfucking flour. You better take your ass to the store, get some flour. But what I'm saying, is that people like to, you know what I'm saying, judge a person like overall off just that like one ingredient, but it's
Mm-hmm.
many ingredients that makes us who we are.
Yes.
So I like to, you know, be very honest and be very real with who I am. Like that's why I don't be trying to pretend like I'm flawless and stuff like that, because there's no such thing. Like, you know, I have my days when I want to be silly. I have my days when I want to be um
Yeah.
misogynist and all that shit, but
Yeah.
it's all me because of
Mm-hmm.
what I
Multifaceted.
experience. Yeah, I'm multi-talented like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't want people to just try to like make me predictable, because I'm not predictable. You know, I'll
Yeah.
be welcome to you know, walk you through it, but at the end of the
Uh-huh.
day, it's like you gonna have to earn that. You can't just um get like a week or 2 weeks or a month and then expect that you know me, because you won't.
Right.
You will fail.
Right.
So,
That's not
and
enough
that's what
situations.
society does.
Not
Yeah,
enough situations in 1 month for you to know a person. You get what I mean? And
no.
another thing, like nobody's perfect. I had to learn that. Me and one of my lady friends, we kind of get into it because the way I measure people, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't take people over 9. And that's rare that you see a 9. I think most of us, we kind of sit at a 5, 6. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a 4, you're still not a bad looking person. You really only become ugly as a motherfucker when you like a 1 or a 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look 3 a little bit, because them 3s, them the ones that you be like, they ugly, but I say something about them that I like. You know what I'm saying? That's the 3, you know? But and I think that more attractive people sit at like a 7, 8 range. Because you know how when you talk to a female, you ask each other to rate each other. They be like, you a 8, you a 8. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To think that anybody could be a 10 is to be without flaw. God did not make none of us without flaws. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And then it's a small rate of people who you might catch at like a 9. Them the people that if you out in the club, the moment that this woman walks in the club, she gets everybody attention, even the females, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you sit at a 7, 8, you're more of an attractive person. You kind of get whoever you want. You know, even at a 5, 6, you still kind of get majority of the guys that you want. You know what I'm saying? None of us are perfect. And the reason I do that is to keep people humble. You know, don't get me wrong. My lady friends, they know me, bro. So they know I'm always talking shit. So they kind of just laugh it off like, Because I told my friend Rihanna the other day, she like, so what am I? I'm like, yeah, you about a 6.5. She laughed so hard. She like, man, I'm a 10. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of feel like your numbers can kind of go up. Like if a person say, okay, well, most people are average looking, so we probably sit at a 5, and then the way the person messes with you as a person, you know what I'm saying? Your
Mm-hmm.
character is what gives you a number up, you know?
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
character is what give you a number up. So on a regular day, you might got a woman that's a 6. She put on her clothes and all that stuff. She go from a 6 to a 7, 7.5. And
Mm-hmm.
then if the dude be like, man, I just like this woman. She nice. She cool out there. Then it bumps up another number. So you might end up at the end of the day with an 8. You know what I'm saying? But on the
Yeah.
regular, when you got them snot boogers in your nose and your breath smell like a can of horse shit, you like a 5. You know what I'm saying? Come on,
Yeah.
man.
And that's
Come
just
on, man.
and it's also like, you know what I'm saying, like a lot of women these days, bro, like, you know, not saying ours before y'all kill me, but they are trying to, you know, get away with not cooking and cleaning, and I'm like, I'm sorry, ain't no real man is going to be with somebody who don't do that. Like, cause I have been with a lot of beautiful women and
Mm-hmm.
shit, and then come to find out they can't boil water, they can't boil rice, they try to burn a house down trying to boil eggs. I'm like, how the hell you don't know how to boil a fucking egg? But
Pork
it's
chop,
just
pork
got to,
chop fettuccine.
yeah, yeah. It's just like, you know, how are you going to, you know, be taken serious? Because
Mm-hmm.
just like us, you know, we have to learn, you know, how to manage money, how we, you know, take care of a household. You know,
Right.
we are responsible of keeping the fort, you know,
Right.
uphill. But it's just those simple things isn't so hard because we got to learn just off the strength of our mind and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that, our mind, body, and soul. But with them, you know what I'm saying? They've been around their grandmas, they mamas, aunties, and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. And how you not know how to cook? Like, what the hell?
Because
What
they
the
don't
hell
know
is
how to
going on?
cook. Some of them don't know how to cook. But in this day and age, bro, women can be whatever they want, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
we have to kind of, if I tell people all the time, like, if that's what you want, then go find it. You cannot force it out of someone who is not like that, right?
Right.
So I think that's where we have to kind of look at it now, because that is a traditional woman for like the 60s, 70s on back. You know what I'm saying? Because women wasn't, at that time, women wasn't really considered to be the breadwinners back then, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As the years progressed, women's rights and all these things that these women have fought for has changed the game for them, where, you know, a woman may end up being a breadwinner. So, you know, you if that's what you're looking for, then we have to just kind of seek out a person for it, like just like that. Because there are women who still like, I'm traditional. I want to cook, clean, and take care of the house. I don't want to work. And you got some females who will say, you know, hey, I'm a work. I work. I love working. I love my job. I like the money that I make and different things like that. So in this day and age, we just got to figure out and trying to, you know, pick through the cherries and find the one that's perfect for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because there are women out here that still cook and clean, but there are also women out here that, you know, they hustle, you know, they get to the money. That's their thing, you know. And
Yeah.
then you got some that do both. You know, you got some that do both, and that's a rarity right there. That's a gem. Ooh, you find that.
Oh.
You a
Oh
lucky,
yeah.
you a
No
lucky
doubt.
man. You a lucky
Yeah.
man. You got a hustler. She's a boss, and she cooking and cleaning for you too. Shit, you feel
Man.
me? Bath water ready. If she could put a leash around my motherfucking neck and walk me around the house, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Cause she got me. You know, it's hard that
Yeah.
you find that type of woman though. You know, and not saying that they don't exist, but you know, it's not common to find that. You know, in our generation now, bro, I think um there's so many women that want to be this, like you said, the hot girl summer, and all these different type of things.
Shit. They want to be hot girls. They want to be DMX, Benny Siegel, and all this other
A
shit.
gangsters, yeah, you
I
got a
mean,
lot
like,
of them
I can't
that
do
really want to be
this.
that, and it's so many of them that overshadow the great women that are out here. You know what I'm saying? There's so
Right.
many of them who overshadow those that, you know, they want to be hot girls and this, that, and the third, and they want they looking for something that they can gain from you. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of guy, bro. I'm gonna be for my lady, which in the moment right now, I don't want a relationship because I'm so focused on trying to elevate myself. But I'll be for my woman if, like, that status I post, like the girl was like, you know, a submissive woman can have a certain level of control. See, a lot of their women are not, a lot of their mothers are not teaching them that, and that's 100% true. Me as a man, if you could soothe and make me feel a certain way, if you could tend to the needs of me, then you can get whatever the hell you want, and I'm gonna do whatever the hell you tell me to do. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, we want to mate with each other. Men want to be with women, women want to be with men, and you know, the other people want to be with other people, the men, and dogs, dogs. It is what it is. But we want to be with each other. But as women, young women have to understand that when you're dealing with a man, we're not talking about niggas. Feel me?
Right.
We're talking about young men, older men, younger men who are trying to establish themselves, because every man has an ego trip. We all do. It just depends on how much he indulges in this ego trip. Like me, I'm very cocky when it comes to, you know, I love the clothes and the shoes. I'm very cocky when it comes to that. You know, that drives my ego. That's my arrogance, is when I sit in that. Every man has it. And if you can soothe that man in those type of aspects where you've provided him with a service, then he's going to do whatever he needs to do to keep that. So that gives the woman a certain level of control. Now she has a certain level of control because this nigga like, man, I love my lady. Bro, when I tell you, for example, my brother, he used to be a dog, right? He used to be a dog. I'm talking about dog. He met this girl named Tiffany, which is his wife now. They got 3 kids together. But one thing he told me about Tiffany that I realized that he was going to be with her forever, he said, I talked to him, he's like, man, she different from everybody. He's like, man, when I go to her house, she got everything that I want, all the snacks I like. She, you know what I'm saying? She caters to me the way I want to be catered to, right? That nigga been married to Tiffany for 10 years.
Damn.
10 years, 3 kids, 2 houses later. You know what I'm saying? Because she did what she had to do as a woman for him. You feel me? And now that's his queen. She do whatever he tell her to, and I hate it. She do whatever he tell her to. I mean, yeah, she do whatever. He do whatever she tell him to, and I hate it because it's like we can't get him nowhere. You know. But I understand it though. I understand it though. You feel me? I understand why it is the way it is, bro. So, like I said, man, you can find it, but you know, you just gotta understand this person might not be that person to do it.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know what I'm saying? I would say, like, in the past, I brought a lot of things on myself because I just wanted to be loved. I just wanted to feel appreciated. I just wanted to be held and this and that. And that's just something that just, you know, just being a human being, just because they just really think like, you know, we just aggressive. Like, it's a on and off button sometimes. Like, you know, we just like to come home after facing the world, after facing diversity, facing oppression and all types of shit. We just want to come home to somebody that loves us.
Right.
And
Exactly.
and it just be me, being a single man living alone and this and that. You know, I have to pull the love that I'm seeking. I gotta, you know what I'm saying, find that inside myself so I can, you know, pour that into somebody else one day. But in the meantime, I'm just living life. I'm just, you know, loving what I do, just with my platform and just meeting people and just helping people. You know, that's what really like wins me over, because it's just not easy being able to, you know, be vulnerable. You know, we all have this mask. We all wear a mask to a certain point. I had to break my mask a long time ago because otherwise this wouldn't have been successful. So I just want to ask you one thing, man, before we wrap this up, man. So what Devin can say to the younger Devin, the Devin of today can say to the younger Devin now?
Oh man, that's so crazy because I think about that shit so much.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if I could speak to me, the younger Devin, back then, I
Mm-hmm.
would tell him to not be afraid to fail. Take every opportunity that comes available to you and figure out what it is that you want to do. That would be the main thing that I would tell myself. I missed so many opportunities when I was younger because I was afraid of failing because what we talked about before about all the failure that was, flung around me. I was afraid to take a chance on myself. And if I could go back and tell myself anything, I would go back and tell myself that take every opportunity that comes available. Even if you don't know, even if you know you don't want to do it, just try it, experience it, take all the experience, all of that, man. Travel, experience, anything, every opportunity that ever came your way, take it. Yep.
Facts, man. And again, man, I just wanted to thank you for coming on here, bro. And like I said,
Yeah.
I had a
Yes, sir,
blast, man.
baby. Yeah, man, I love. Like I said, bro, I'm rocking with the show, man, and I like the title of it. The 1804. If you know, you know,
Yeah, facts.
you doing your thing, man, and keep doing you, man. Keep being blessed, bro. Like I said, like at the end of the day, bro, it's all about growth, you know,
Hmm.
and the only way we grow is we have to be consistent. If you're not consistent, you're not growing, you know. So just keep on doing what you're doing. Keep bringing everybody that you bring to the show. I see, you be having your Detroit people on there. I seen Twine on here talking that bullshit about Jive Core. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying, man?
man. Thank you, bro. Thank you, man. And anytime you want to come back, man, just let me know.
All right, bro. Be safe.
Man, you too. Peace.
All right, peace.